Guys, welcome back to Movie Chat and More. And as always, if you're here for the very first time, welcome. I really mean that. Welcome. Thank you for clicking on the video and checking my channel, my video out. Today I want to talk about Halloween 2018 and subtitles they could have and maybe should have used, or at least considered. For hardcore Halloween fans, we know the difference between Halloween 78, Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie's Halloween, and the latest one, Halloween 2018. But what that means is there are now 3 films out there called Halloween. And all 3 have Michael Myers and a character called Laurie Strode. And in one of those movies, of course I'm talking about Rob Zombie's 2007 film, it's not the character is not played by Jamie Lee Curtis. In the other 2 films, that character is played by Jamie Lee. So it's, for the burgeoning fan base, it can be a bit confusing, I imagine. There are 3 films out there called Halloween. Now, that's not the only reason I think they should have considered, or maybe they did consider it. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. They should have used, in my mind, what's left of it. They should have used a subtitle. Not just because, like I was going to say, not just because of the confusion that can happen with the burgeoning fan base, Halloween 78, Halloween 2007, Halloween 2018. But use a subtitle to at least refer to this. This is a sequel. Just to call it Halloween. They made the point right from the beginning, this is a sequel to the original Halloween. They got rid of Halloween 2. Retcon, whatever you want to call it. It was 2018 was a direct sequel to the original Halloween movie from 1978, 40 years ago. Well, 41 now, as of recording this video. So if you're going to make a sequel and make a rightful point that this is a direct sequel to the original movie and none of the other movies took place, then at least call it something else other than just Halloween. Otherwise, what we have now is Halloween and Halloween. Forget Rob Zombie's one for a second, because that was a remake. This is a sequel. So if it's a sequel, why not call it Halloween 2? I mean, with that, there could be legal issues. I'm not sure. I don't think Rob Zombie had spit in them. It's what happens when your mouth gets dry. When you talk a lot like I do. Rob Zombie in 2009, yeah, like 10 years ago, Rob Zombie brought out that piece of crap Halloween 2. Call it a piece of crap because that's what it is, in my mind. You may love it, you may hate it. I'm not here to judge or whatever. But he called it Halloween 2. And I don't think there were any legal battles with that. He brought out Halloween in 2007, 2 years later. He brought out Halloween 2. Why couldn't the makers of Halloween 2018 do the same? Now, maybe you could be thinking, well, it's 40 years on. Can you really call a sequel to a 40-year-old film 2? Halloween 2. Yeah, you can. You can. I mean, there have been gaps before. Maybe not gaps that big. I'm not an expert, so I don't know. Psycho, yeah? 1960. They waited until, what was it, 1982, I think? Until they made Psycho 2, or until Psycho 2 was released. So that's a gap of 22 years. Okay, it's not 40 years, but it's still quite a big gap. 22 years in between Psycho and Psycho 2. It worked. Like I say, it's not 40 years, but it's still a big gap. The Odd Couple was made in the 60s, and they made The Odd Couple 2, I think in the, I stand to be corrected on this, but The Odd Couple 2, with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, was that in the late 90s? I think it was. I stand to be corrected. It could be the early noughties. I'm not too sure. Another big gap. So yeah, I think they could have, legal battles aside, if there were any, they could have called Halloween 2018 Halloween 2. They could have done that. Yes, it does raise issues. It does. But at least it would have said, hey, look, we're telling you again and again and again ad nauseum that this is a sequel to 1978's Halloween. If it's a sequel, call it something else. Call it Halloween blah blah blah. If you don't want to call it Halloween 2, blah blah blah. Not literally, of course. But I've written down a couple of ideas. You may love these ideas, you may hate these ideas. I'm not overly keen on these subtitles, but the Halloween blah blah blah, like Halloween Resurrection. Yeah. Halloween Redemption. Now, I see Halloween Redemption. That kind of would signify that Laurie Strode maybe is out for revenge on Michael Myers. And is she? I've only seen the film once at the cinema, and that was back in October. So, is she out for redemption in Halloween 2018? We know she's scared shitless of Michael Myers escaping, but in a way, I do remember this. My memory may be not as good as it was, but I do remember her saying, it was in the trailer, I prayed every night that he would escape so I could kill him. Halloween Redemption. Halloween Revenge. I wouldn't have used the word Halloween Revenge. No. But Redemption, possibly. Halloween Michael Myers. Now, again, I don't like that, but at least it pays at least it's telling the audience it's not Halloween 1978. We know it's not Halloween 1978, but I just think a subtitle would have come in handy. If you're not going to call it Halloween 2 for whatever reason, call it something else. Halloween, of course. No. Don't mess around with that. Don't call it Halloween Night or something like that. I think there is a film called Halloween Night already, which I had the misfortune to watch. So not Halloween subtitle. Halloween 40 years later. It worked for, Halloween H2O. Point over there because that's where a lot of my DVDs are, including Halloween 7. Yeah, Halloween H2O. I'm not saying Halloween H4O. No. Halloween 40 years later. But then again, calling it Halloween 40 years later could bring up problems, could make people think, well, we've done this, which they did. Let's be honest, 21 years ago now, they did Halloween H2O. They did a sequel, forgetting Halloween 4 and 5 and all the others, carrying on the Laurie Strode saga. So they've done that. And in my opinion, they did it pretty well. I quite like Halloween H2O. Halloween H40, yeah, what I mean is calling it Halloween 40 years later will stir up a lot of memories and be like, a lot of fans may not have liked that because it would be almost like you've done this. Even though we already know you've done this, now you're really ramming it down our fucking throats. You know, you're really pushing it, you know? Halloween H40, 40 years later. These are just ideas because I do believe the film should have had a subtitle. It should have. Halloween 2, yeah, why not? Unless, you know, legal battles, which I doubt very much happened or would have happened if they decided to call the film Halloween 2. Halloween again. No, I don't like that one. I wrote that one down. I have got a little bit of a list here. Halloween, Michael Myers. Not great. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm gonna give this one to you because I cannot think of a subtitle. The best one I can think of, the best one I can possibly think of is Halloween Redemption. But even that, I'm like 50-50 with. So, guys, comment down below and let me know what you think a good subtitle to Halloween 2018 could have been. Maybe you think they did the right thing, calling it just Halloween. If so, let me know. But yeah, personally, I think it needed well, it didn't need a subtitle, but I think it would have come in handy for the reasons I spoke about a few minutes ago. So yeah, I'm not going to make this a long video today, guys. It's Saturday at the moment while I'm recording this, so I've got Saturday stuff I want to get done. I want to chill out. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I enjoy doing these videos. I love you guys. I think this is brilliant. Each and every one of you who have subscribed to Movie Chat and More, you're good with me. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed and you don't wish to subscribe, fair enough. But subscribe anyway. Anyway, guys, comment down below and let me know what you think of Halloween 2018. Should it have had a subtitle? If you've got some ideas, you know what to do. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Very short video today. Take care of yourselves, and I'll hopefully talk to you all again very, very soon. Cheers.